When creating math problems using Google Slides, edit your slides under Master. When you open Master, everything that you put on a master slide will not be able to be edited by anyone using the slides themselves. So this is really good for anything where you have a lot of text boxes or images and you don't want students moving all those extra things around. You only want them to focus on one area. So when you're a master, anything you put on this slide, the master slide will go on to every single slide, no matter what layout it is. What I usually do is I go down to blank right here, and then I do Control D, and it will duplicate. And then I create like a template with my duplicate. So you'll see here is for a number line to 10. If I wanted to create an assignment using this, I would then duplicate this. And if you'll notice, I renamed to number line. And I duplicate that, and it's going to say number line 1. And now I would add in the work problems that I want students to solve that I also don't want them to be able to edit. Same goes here. You'll see I have a clock. And then I have one that has time on it. Then students will use Google Slides interactively to add minute and hour hands to make these times. You can have a graph, matching. You'll notice this is my master here of a matching, but then here is an activity. Here's another activity. And when you look at the titles, you'll see that it changes: matching 1, matching 2. Same here, 10 frame examples. Then once I've done this, I've set up all my templates under master view and all the problems, the areas that I don't want students to be able to edit. I'll then click outside of master view and it'll bring me back here. Now this is where I'm going to input my interactive components. So for example, here I want to show 8. Now students can take the circle and all they have to do is drag and drop to show 8. You'll notice as I'm doing this, I cannot select or move my frame. So students cannot make any changes you don't want them to make. They can't change the problem because that was created in master view. Now, in order to do that, I have to go to layout. This was a 10 frame. So you'll see that it loads down here. Clock 1, graph. So you would select the template here for layout that shows the actual problem you want them to solve, which for this one, it was 10 frame 1. And when I do that, it'll just make sure it's there. Same here with number 2. This was template 2. So students can work through these interactively, pulling out your 10s frame. This is a movable piece. We've got 4 plus 3. So it would be a drag and drop. Drag your circles to show 4 plus 3 using the 10 frame. This would need to be modeled, especially for your youngest learners, but it would absolutely work on any device where you're working inside of slides. Okay, and then they would have their work. And then on this one, this would be a matching activity. So just to show you how students would do it, they would need to click the line. All they have to do is click it once, hold one finger, drag down to the match, then let go. Same thing here. Click, hold, drag, let go. Click, hold, drag, let go, and you'll see that it allows students to then do matching activities. Now you'll notice I cannot edit any of this. These are the problems my students are solving, so I added those under master view. With a clock example, you would want to click the little arrow next to that line, and you would want to click arrow. Now students can show 1 o'clock. They're going to take same process. We got 1. Do it again. Oh, gotta click it again. Sorry, guys. And then 1. And now they can go through with the arrows and they can make the clocks show their time. Now notice after I do 1 arrow, I have to click outside so where that arrow is no longer highlighted. Otherwise, it will only move that 1 arrow. So these are just some examples of ways that you can provide math activities for your students that are interactive in Google Slides. This is something you could do both during synchronous or asynchronous instruction. It could also make a really good station rotation for independent work after you have given a lesson live.